As the summer sun intensifies and the transfer window roars to life, the spotlight shifts firmly back to Old Trafford. A quiet transformation is underway, an evolution marked not by noise but by intention. Behind closed doors, the blueprint for Manchester United's next chapter is beginning to take shape, piece by piece. This isn't just another transfer window. It's a pivotal turning point. One built on hard choices, smarter recruitment, and a clear resolve to move forward. It's a summer of reinvention. And right at the core of this changing tide are two names dominating the conversation: Jadon Sancho and Douglas Luiz. One seems destined to depart, seeking a fresh opportunity. The other could be en route to bolster a midfield crying out for new life. But this isn't just a tale of ins and outs. It's a deeper story about rebuilding, redemption, and the kind of ambition that fuels progress. Let's begin with Jadon Sancho. Once touted as one of Europe's brightest young stars, his journey at Manchester United has veered off course. When he arrived from Borussia Dortmund, expectations were sky-high. Sancho was envisioned as the creative force on the right flank, an electrifying dribbler, a game-changer, a goal threat. But the reality at Old Trafford hasn't lived up to the hype. Despite flashes of his undoubted talent, consistency has been elusive, and tensions, both on and off the pitch, have cast a shadow over his time at the club. This summer has been particularly telling. United signaled their willingness to part ways with the 25-year-old, and Chelsea appeared ready to roll the dice. Talks moved forward quickly. Medicals were reportedly discussed, and a deal looked imminent until it collapsed. The stumbling block? Sancho's refusal to accept a significant reduction in wages. Chelsea ultimately walked away, even paying a reported £5 million to exit negotiations entirely. That moment captured where Sancho stands in the current market, undeniably talented, yet weighed down by a salary that few clubs are willing to match, but hope may not be lost. Juventus have entered the fray, and they're not tiptoeing in. The Serie A giants are said to be seriously considering a move, placing themselves in pole position. Unlike Chelsea, Juventus are more open to negotiating wages. While their offer may not meet Sancho's current earnings in full, it's reportedly attractive enough to make both the player and United consider the switch. This isn't a half-hearted inquiry. Juventus see Sancho as a player capable of reigniting their forward line, and they're confident a change of scenery could help him rediscover his best form. Talks are accelerating, and for the first time in months, United seem to be making headway on what could be one of the transfer window's headline exits. For Sancho, it's a chance to reset his career at a club known for nurturing comebacks. For Juventus, it's an opportunity to take a calculated risk on a player with top-tier potential. And for United, it's a financial release, clearing room on the wage bill and freeing up resources for reinforcements. That brings us to Douglas Luiz, the Brazilian midfielder currently on Juventus books following a high-profile switch from Aston Villa. His time in Italy hasn't been as fruitful as hoped. Tactical mismatches, injury setbacks, and inconsistency have made his stint in Turin frustrating. And now, at 26, Luiz appears eager to return to the Premier League, the league where he previously thrived. Manchester United have had their eye on him for some time, identifying Luiz as an ideal candidate to rejuvenate their aging midfield. With Casemiro entering the twilight of his career and Christian Eriksen's role becoming increasingly limited, the Red Devils need fresh legs and fresh ideas in the engine room. Luiz offers precisely that. He's a dynamic all-rounder, tenacious in the tackle, composed in possession, and blessed with an eye for launching quick counters. He disrupts play, recycles possession, and isn't afraid to shoot from distance. His deadball prowess and knack for scoring make him an added threat in tight matches. Luiz's Premier League experience gives him an edge. At Villa, he consistently stood out, even against elite opposition. He understands the pace, the intensity, and the physical demands of English football. That makes him a low-risk, high-reward option for United. Juventus are reportedly open to letting him leave as they reshape their midfield, and talks are moving forward. If personal terms can be settled, and if the wage issues that derailed Sancho's Chelsea move can be avoided, this could be a smooth transaction. While not officially a swap, the idea of Sancho leaving as Luiz arrives symbolizes a shift in Manchester United's approach. Gone are the days of flashy names bought for marketing appeal. The focus now is on functionality, hunger, and balance. Sancho's potential was enormous, but United can no longer afford to wait on promise that hasn't materialized. Luiz, on the other hand, brings proven grit and Premier League pedigree. He represents a move towards substance over style. These moves aren't occurring in a vacuum. More transfer activity is happening quietly behind the scenes. United are targeting reinforcements in multiple areas: defense, midfield, and attack. Some senior players may still be on their way out. But for now, all attention is on Sancho, who looks set to leave, and Luiz, who could be the next midfield heartbeat of this team. So here we are, on the verge of something significant. The transfer window began with whispers, but now the gears are turning. Sancho's departure appears closer than ever, with Juventus ready to strike, and Luiz's potential arrival could mark the midfield refresh fans have long awaited. This summer isn't about hype. It's about calculated moves, smarter planning, and a desire to build a team ready to compete again. United fans have endured a long, painful season. 15th in the Premier League was unthinkable. But that disaster served as a wake-up call. Now, under new manager Ruben Amorim, the club is pushing the reset button. The mood at Carrington has shifted. There's a quiet optimism in the air, and for good reason. This rebuild feels different. More deliberate. More inspired. 2 new faces have already arrived: Matheus Cunha from Wolves and Diego Leon from Cerro Porteño. Cunha brings versatility, work rate, and Premier League experience. He's a forward who puts the team first, exactly the type of character Amorim wants. Leon, just 20 years old, represents the future, raw, exciting, and ready to develop. Inside the training ground, their arrivals were met with warmth and excitement. This wasn't a group clocking in for another season. These were players embarking on a mission to rebuild Manchester United from the ground up. Of course, not all transfer efforts are going United's way. Pursuits of Ollie Watkins and Victor Osimhen hit brick walls. Villa refused to sell Watkins, while Napoli's valuation of Osimhen is simply beyond reach. It's disappointing, but it forces United to pivot, to scout smarter, target younger talents, and focus on system-fit players. This shift is no accident. Amorim, known for his success at Sporting Lisbon, thrives on building cohesive squads, not superstar collectives. And United are backing him, with data-driven scouting, better long-term planning, and a refusal to return to old mistakes. No more impulsive buys or ego-driven decisions. Amorim is being given the 3 things every elite coach needs: trust, control, and time. And the players are responding. Pre-season has seen high energy, unity, and a sense of renewed purpose. Everyone, from veterans to academy hopefuls, knows that this is a clean slate. More signings will follow. So will some exits. But now, each decision fits a broader vision. United aren't just signing players. They're rebuilding identity, culture, belief. Setbacks will happen. Progress won't be linear. But for the first time in years, Manchester United appear to be moving with clarity. Carrington feels alive again. The old ghosts are fading. In their place, fresh ambition and focused direction. The fans, buckle up. The excuses are over. The rebuild is real. With Cunha and Leon leading the way, with Amorim at the helm, and with a club finally learning from its past, this summer could mark the beginning of something truly special.